everybody, and welcome. What a nice audience. Hello, my name is Karen. I am the director of the Co-Motion Dance Project. Today, you get to see a performance of Fire Speaks the Land. There are many, many people who have contributed to making this experience happen where you come to this theater today. And I'd like to acknowledge some of them because it's been about a year in the making that we have been planning this today for you. I'd like to begin by thanking Janine Curtis, who is the main person who has really made this happen. And also Monica Grable has been our contact with you. And I'll give you a chance to clap for these people in just a second. And we got 2 grants. We want to thank the Rapp Family Foundation and the Plum Creek Foundation who have contributed to this event today. And this performance is presented in partnership with the Bitterroot Resource Conservation and Development Healthy Kids, Healthy Forests program. And the Bitterroot Performing Arts Council is a partner in this, and the Hamilton School District. Thank you to all of these entities who have contributed. You can give all of them a big hand. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Jenna, our stage manager, who's right in the middle of the house there, who's going to be running your lights and sound today. Thank you, Jenna. We are going to need your help in just a little while, but for right now, we invite you to sit with your feet flat on the floor, your back very straight and tall. Find a very tall but relaxed way of sitting. And take a deep breath in through your nose and blow it quietly out your mouth. Can you do it again, but kind of silently? Let's see. Deep breath in and blow it out. Yes, we have found that the best way to view a dance is by watching with your eyes, listening with your ears, and feeling with your hearts and bodies. Enjoy the show.
Okay, Nati, puksuput. For hundreds of thousands of years, the forests have been living with fire. They have made a place for fire, weaving a dance of earth and sky, sun and wind. All living beings, animals and plants, people and trees, flowers and birds, have been making a place for themselves in the dance, and a place for fire. To know the story of this dance, we listen. Fire speaks the land, and the land speaks fire.
The people came by, get flooded with fright. By the sudden ignite, then air question what might happen if it burns all night? It might go high, and while that full-fledged foe is firing like just burning for miles and miles and miles. It might just get too mighty to fight, right? We got to put it out right now with precise, right? Stay with the flame before they all unite tight. The fire starts to dance and dances on what? Elusive and slide, try and see with your eyes. This light stays alive, like the light inside. Pine needles, shrubs, trees, dry leaves provide time. A quick meal and it sparks the choice to survive. They all unite with the breath and swag. Fire speaks the land and the land replies. And the burn that the heat releases. The amber winds are radiating next to the trees. The flames are getting harder as the fire starts to breathe. It's going around the burn, but we look and disbelieve. The fire breathes on, creates its own song. Oxygen, wind blowing, feeds and needs on. The feel it feeds on, it proceeds on. Storm blowing, spreading and it won't get too long. It's spotting up ahead now, it's towards this way along now. It's foreground, as soon as it's long gone. Crossing mountain top and here we are with it, we're all alone. What we gonna do now is moving on so strong. Burning lungs and everything is combustion. It's conduction with convection. Turning green to black quick as eyes change direction. Next is the record smoking ash will make it hectic. But if we act fast, we got the chance to stop it. We'll save the day, get the water and drop it. You grab the bucket, fill it up to the top it. Will surely be our only chance to squash it. Cool down the heat with the water from the creek. Put out the fire, save the forest, save the trees. Let's shout, celebrate for all our good deeds. Let's dance around, enjoying happiness and jubilee. Put it out, yo, we put it out, put it out, put it out. Let the people shout, put it out, yo, we put it out. Now we can learn what it's all about. Put it out, yo, we put it out, put it out, put it out. Let the people shout. Now we know for sure what it's all about. Fire speaks the land, that's what it's about.
I say, was there a fire nearby?
Yeah, it was right here. We put it out.
Yes, I see. A creepy crawly fire, was it?
It was. Wow. Are you a detective?
No, I'm a scientist. I study forests and the story of this land. Was this fire threatening you?
No, but fire is bad.
Yeah. We're always supposed to put out a fire.
Well, you do need to protect yourselves and other people camping nearby. Fire can be dangerous if you're not careful. For the last 100 years or so, humans have tried to control fire because we needed to protect our homes. We began to think of fire as bad, a real villain, something for us to fight. But as it turns out, there's more to the story than that.
Fire has a voice too, one we need to listen to as we live the story of this land.
Fire speaks the land.
And the land speaks fire.
Fire belongs here. It ran free across this land long before people came.
And when the first people came, they used fire as their tool.
Fire cleared the land. It cooked their food.
It kept them warm and lighted the cold, dark nights. Gave them a place to gather.
And heard their stories. Today, fire still belongs here. In the community we share, trees and meadows, animals and people. We all need fire.
Let's look at how fire works. Fire needs three things to burn: fuel, heat, and oxygen.
The fire triangle.
fuel, heat, oxygen, 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 fuel. Heat, oxygen, fuel, heat, oxygen, fuel, heat, oxygen, fuel. Heat, oxygen, fuel, heat, oxygen, fuel, heat, oxygen.
A fire needs fuel, heat, and oxygen to be a fire. Just like a triangle needs all three sides to be a triangle. Take away any of the sides, and the fire goes away.
I have a burning question. What do you mean, fuel? Gasoline?
Well, sure. But in the forest, when we say fuel, we mean grasses, needles, and twigs. Leaves, branches, trees, anything that will burn. Now, heat.
Holy smokes, it was sure hot when the fire was here.
But where did the heat come from?
Were you kids playing with matches?
No!
Did you forget to pour water on your campfire last night and stir it until it was cold mud?
No!
Was there a thunderstorm? With
Yes!
lightning?
Yes!
That must have been spectacular! Lightning is filled with heat. When lightning strikes, the temperature of the air around it can reach 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. When it touched your tree, boom! It ignited the fire.
And there's oxygen in all this air.
That's right! And wind is air on the move. Wind influences a wildfire in many ways. Think about starting your campfire last night. When you blew on it, what happened?
It burned bigger.
Because you were using air to push heat into the twigs you gathered to start the fire.
Fuel,
Heat, oxygen. Wind helps wildfires grow in exactly the same way. It can also carry burning embers out ahead of the fire, starting little spot fires.
Fire isn't the only thing that needs fuel, heat, and oxygen.
We do!
And I bet you could use some oxygen right now. Take a breather. Before the show, the dancers took time to stretch and heat up their muscles. And if I know them, they're already thinking about what they'll eat to refuel their bodies after the show. It took us over a year to research, write, compose, and choreograph Fire Speaks the Land. I'll bet you're noticing many of the choices that we made. At times, you've seen solos, like the scientist solo, Dance by Michael, and the campers duet, Dance by Colin and Caitlin. The Fire Triangle Trio, Dance by Allison, Michael, and Amanda. The quartet from the opening of our program. And when we have all 5 dancers on stage together, it's a quintet. Dancers use counts to coordinate their movements.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
As the audience, you'll notice the dancers moving in many, many different ways. They've learned to fall safely to the floor and move fluidly along the floor. But sometimes dancers don't move at all. They freeze in a shape. Dancers can make stillness look very alive. You can watch for how we use these elements in the next part of our program.
As I was saying, when a fire is burning in the forest, the heat spreads in 3 ways: by convection, conduction, and radiation. Fire burns from low to high because heat likes to rise. We call this convection. That's why fire on the ground can sometimes climb trees. Fire also spreads through conduction. That's when a burning branch touches another branch. When trees are close together and touching, fire can pass from tree to tree. Another way fire moves is by radiation. Some fires are so intense, they throw waves of heat through space, causing objects that aren't even touching the fire to burst into flames. The sun radiates heat, which you can feel on your face. Good thing it's not hot enough to make us burst into flames.
We would like to show you our convection dance. And these 3 dancers are going to demonstrate it. We would like all of you to watch really carefully, see if you can memorize the movements. So Michael, Caitlin, and Colin are going to begin sitting down, and they're going to be slumped over with their hands by their ankles. When I give them the go, they're going to take 4 counts to rise up to standing, showing the transfer of heat, just like hot air rises up a chimney. Here they go, rising 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 4 counts of the convection dance, they will sink down, but they'll still stand on their 2 feet, showing cool, heavier air sinking. And going 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 4 counts, they rise up again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last 4 counts, they sit back down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know how many counts total in their dance? Anybody counting? 16, yes. Watch them do the whole 16 count convection dance with music. They'll start slumped over, see if you can memorize it. Five, 6, ready, here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you remember it? Okay, because we would like to have all of you try it too. In your seats, and they'll do it with you. So sit with your 2 feet flat on the floor, a little bit forward on your seat, just a little forward, slumped over. We'll go through it a little slow and then we'll do the whole thing. You ready? 4 counts to rise. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we try that again? Start sitting down. Okay. So, can you show me you're ready by being slumped forward? Dancers are very precise, so you need to be standing up by the end of count 4. Ready? And here you go. Rising 1, 2, 3, 4. That was fabulous. Stay on your feet. The next 4 counts, you hang forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise up again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next 4 counts, you're going to sit back down. But because you have a folding seat, you're also going to need to push your seat down. Here you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And freeze. Okay, so on that sitting down part, you have to be sitting normally by count 4. Okay? Want to try the whole thing? Okay, try it. So here you go, starting slumped over. Totally still, totally quiet. Ready? And here you go. Rise. 2, 3, 4, sink. 2, 3, 4, rise. 2, 3, 4, and sink. 2, 3, and 4. Nice job! Give yourselves a hand. That was fabulous. Okay, now we would like to manipulate it a little bit. So we're going to divide the audience. You are all group 1. Everyone on the right-hand side of the auditorium. You're going to be with Colin. All of you in the center are group 2. You're going to be with Caitlin. Everybody on the left-hand side are group 3. You're going to be with Michael. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it like a round in music. Colin's going to start. We'll have the dancers show it first. Colin's going to do the first 4 counts, and then Caitlin's going to start 4 counts later, and then Michael's going to start 4 counts later. Watch them, and then we'll do it with the whole auditorium. Ready? And here goes Colin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Caitlin. 2, 3, 4, Michael. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it with the whole auditorium. So, we'll have this group starting. Group 2, you'll start 4 counts later. Group 3, you'll start 4 counts later. You can follow the dancers. So, totally quiet. Hang forward. Get into your, especially group 1, get into your position. Get ready, and group 1 goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Group 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Group 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was great! That was fantastic! Give yourselves a hand. Beautiful! Really cool to watch the audience dancing from the stage. Okay. Okay, totally quiet, because we would like the students to be totally still and quiet, because we are inviting teachers to come up on stage for this next section. But we need our audience to be quiet. So, I'm sorry, boys and girls, but we won't do it unless you're quiet. Okay, we're asking teachers to volunteer themselves. We need a big group of teachers. So that they can learn what they're doing. So we have one more person coming up, and we really would love to have you. Imagine that we have a burning ember in the forest. It touches some fuel and a fire is lit. It ignites, and if it touches another burning object, put your hands up. If it touches another burning object, it moves, it travels, it conducts all the way through the forest. And there's Nancy, beautiful, it twirls around, and you can see the fire conducting through this forest right in the Ravalli County. Ooh, it is twirling and lifting and dropping. Oh, we have some talented teachers here. And woo, leaping through the forest. And ooh, it creeps along, it lifts up tall, it twirls around. Sometimes it travels very fast. Oh boy, it is fantastic to see how it travels and keeps going. Woo, it changes speed. And it turns round and round. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the conduction dance. Give the teachers a hand. Take a bow. And go back to your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you have some very talented teachers here, obviously. Okay, while the teachers are sitting down, and I know you've enjoyed their performance, we have found, yeah, these teachers are rock stars, aren't they? All right, we have found that the third way that fire spreads is by radiation. Watch Allison, she's heating up, and she is going to radiate the heat to Amanda and I. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to radiate the heat back to her on count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Allison's going to radiate the heat out to the whole audience. What count do you show the impact? Count 4. And it's on count 4 that you'll radiate the heat back to Allison. Amanda will do your role. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we have 3 audience groups. None of us knows which group Allison's going to radiate the heat toward. Only respond if she radiates it toward your group. Let's watch. And here she goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Everybody this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! You knocked her over. Give yourselves a hand. That was fabulous.
When you walk into the woods and stop and look around, there's an easy way to tell which forest you found. There's a whole world of forest to smell and to see. Today we're only gonna talk about 3. Ponderosa pines stand lonely but proud. Lodgepole pines grow up in big crowds. White bark pines twist and bend high up in the mountains with a whole lot of friends. Thick bark, big trunk, branches reaching high. I must be standing with the ponderosa pine. Pileated woodpecker, white-tailed deer, arrowleaf, balsam root are likened in here. Elk munching bunch grass, lots of room for birds to fly. This forest is healthy and I think I know the reason why. Every living thing growing in the woods agrees. The forests need fire to live in harmony. The forests need fire to live in harmony. And there'll always be another seed to grow underneath. It's the never-ending cycle of forest community. Branches weaving together, blocking up the sky. I must be standing with the lodgepole pine. Tall, skinny trunks surrounding its cones, waiting there to open when the fire comes home. Beneath the canopies, a great place for critters to hide. This forest is healthy and I think I know the reason why. Every living thing growing in the woods agrees. The forests need fire to live in harmony. The forests need fire to live in harmony. And there'll always be another seed to grow underneath. It's the never-ending cycle of forest community. Gnarly twisted trees way up the mountainside. We finally reach the white bark pine. Clark's nutcracker, stashing pine seeds. It's exactly what this forest needs. Eating these seeds will help the grizzly bear survive. This forest is healthy and I think I know the reason why. Every living thing growing in the woods agrees. The forests need fire to live in harmony. The forests need fire to live in harmony. And there'll always be fire to live in harmony. Live in harmony. Forest need fire to live in harmony.
Long, long ago, the fire was dancing with the earth, a beautiful, soaring, whirling spiral. Red, molten rock, pulsing, teetering, plates colliding, slabs melting, lava thrown skyward, bubbling rivers of rock spilling everywhere, hardening into land. Over time, plants and trees, insects and animals, all living beings join the dance. And for millions of years they moved together, circles of beauty, shaping space, finding balance. Anything that dances with fire changes. Fire is transformation.
Ponderosa pines learned to reach tall and spread their branches high and wide. They send their roots deep into the earth and grow thick bark, all to resist the fire. When fire dances with ponderosa pine forests, it creeps through the needles and grasses and crawls up the low shrubs. These creepy-crawly fires burn the ground fuels and the little fur who crowd in under the huge old trees. The animals flee to escape the fire. Creepy-crawly fires keep the forest open under the big trees. Soon after the fire, the arrowleaf balsam root, bunch grasses, and other plants send up new shoots from their deep roots. The animals come back to nibble in the tender, fresh leaves. Frequent, low-intensity fires help the ponderosa pine forest thrive.
Lodgepole pines love to dance together in tall, skinny stands, their upper branches intertwining and their trunks close together. When a fire starts in the lodgepole pine forest, things heat up fast. Flames leap and run from tree to tree, huge sheets of fire crowning and devouring the canopy, swaths of lodgepole gobbled in one great gulp. Till there's nothing left but charred snags and ashy ground. Rip-roaring treetop fires burn bright and hot.
Lodgepole pines love this kind of fire. They make a special kind of cone which needs fire to open. These serotinous cones are sealed in a waxy resin which melts away in the hot fire. Carried on their papery wings by the wind, lodgepole seeds fall from the cones and scatter, blend into the burned ground. In the spring, when the earth is moist and the sun warms their sooty beds, the lodgepole take root and shoot up again. along with hundreds of others, all crowded together, growing straight and skinny and tall to wait for the next rip-roaring fire.
Even higher up the mountain, all the way up to the tree line, we find white bark pine forests. It's cold and windy up here. The gnarled white bark pine grow in scattered clumps of 2 to 5 trees with space in between. Their branches curve upwards with the cones held high. The ground is rocky, filled with carpets of short plants. Here, fire dances like a roller coaster, smoldering and creeping around the dried carpet of plants and grasses, then crawling up below shrubs, into the trees, speeding faster and torching the white bark pine tops, then dropping to the ground again to smolder and creep to the next cluster of trees and reach and torch the treetops and drop to the ground to smolder and creep to the next.
The white bark pine have found a special way to live with fire. Their seeds are heavy and can't ride the wind like lodgepole seeds. They need a little help moving around. The Clark's nutcracker thinks these seeds taste great. It uses its strong beak to pry open the cones and pluck out the pine nuts. It holds them in a special pouch under its tongue and flies off to bury them in hidden caches. As it turns out, one of the best places to stash seeds is where a roller coaster fire has burned. Clark's nutcrackers are constantly on the move, flying thousands of nuts to hundreds of hiding spots. All winter long, birds come back to their caches and eat the seeds. In the spring, they feed them to their young. Some caches get eaten by other animals, but a few of the hidden treasures are left alone and soon sprout into clusters of new trees, making white bark pine one of the first species to come back after a fire. They grow slow and steady, waiting hundreds of years for the next roller coaster fire to find them.
There are students in the audience who would like to come up on stage and be chosen by some dancers to learn the forest regeneration dance. If you are interested in participating, we need you to sit quietly with your hands raised. And quiet please, if you are chosen by a dancer, would you stay with that dancer? Stay with that dancer. So kind of wait for Colin here. Stay with the dancer who chooses you. These students, we have to limit it, so hang on just a minute up there. These students are going to learn the forest regeneration dance. And they're going to listen really carefully to their dancer. Okay, but we need some more helpers because we would like another group to learn some of the choreography and show some of the movements that the dancers have been doing. So if Allison or Michael selects you, would you come up on stage? If you'd like to do this, you can raise your hand. And when you come up on stage, would you fill out the front part of our stage here? Come on over. Come on over here. Can you come on over here? The front part of our stage. Okay, so we need you really carefully. Can you begin, please, by spreading out so that you're an arm distance away from anyone and face the audience? Good. Can you spread yourselves out so you are, yeah, you can stand right back here, I think. And you're good right here, right here. Good. Yes, that's great. Okay. These students are going to learn a very short dance using the movement that the dancers did, their choreography. So you're going to learn 3 shapes and you're going to memorize them, okay? Your first shape, you're going to stand and take a very wide stance and feel your body really strong and tall, and now stretch up tall with your tall bows. And would you create an asymmetrical shape that's very tall and proud and majestic? Hold your shape, memorize it. This shape represents the ponderosa pines. Ponderosa pines are big, tall, majestic trees, and they often grow with some space around them, with flowers and grasses under. This is your first shape, the ponderosa pine shape. Got it? Okay. Next, you're going to tiptoe quickly into the center here, really close together, but not touching. Close together, but not touching. And would you stretch your arms straight up into the air? This is the shape of our lodgepole pine forest. Lodgepoles grow very close together in tall, skinny stands. This is your second shape, your lodgepole pine shape, yeah? Okay, now tiptoe back out. And would you find a twisted shape on a middle level? Twisted shape, you can twist your arms, your back, your fingers, your legs, your heads. And can you remember this shape? Because this is the white bark pine shape. The white bark pines live way up in the high elevations. And they're not super tall, but they are kind of twisted and gnarly. This is your third shape. Remember them? Okay, the last part of your dance, we're going to have Michael show. The last part, this is representing the crown fire, the fire that burns in the very tops of the trees. He's going to jump and reach for 4 counts. Here he goes. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Ready to try it? Here you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and freeze. I want to see your freeze at the end. Yeah, you can freeze in any kind of shape you want. All right, let's try the whole thing with music. Begin with your very wide, strong, tall ponderosa pine. Hold your shape. The curtain opens. We see these ponderosa pines. And we tiptoe into the center to the lodgepole pine forest. And we spread back out into our twisted, gnarly shapes of the white bark pine. And for our finale, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And freeze, hold it. Hold it. Give them a hand. That was great. Beautiful job. You can sit right down. Nice work. We're about to see the forest regeneration dance, and before these students perform, we want to have you all involved in this dance too. So here's what will happen. When you see Michael and Allison do this movement, you're going to go, and the cycle continues. Try it with us. And the cycle continues. Nice. But let's say it with a stage whisper. A stage whisper is just a little bit louder than a regular whisper. Ready? And the cycle continues. I love it. Okay, watch for your sections. Are we ready to go? Yeah? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Forest Regeneration Dance. We begin by visiting a healthy forest in the Northern Rockies. Tall, proud ponderosa pines with flowers and grasses grow here. Let's imagine it's been hot and dry for weeks. A storm comes through and lightning ignites a fire. This fire burns slowly, creeping and flickering in the grasses under the giant trees. Most of the trees survive, but the flowers and grasses burn. Soon, flowers and grasses send up shoots from their deep roots that were protected from the fire. The forest has regenerated, and the fire has helped to make this a healthy forest. Ready, audience? And the cycle continues. Later in the summer, we find ourselves in a lodgepole pine forest with stands of trees very close together. Lightning ignites a fire here, and very soon it becomes a wildfire, jumping and reaching into the treetops, fireballs thrown from tree to tree. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The forest has changed. Most of the trees have burned, only one has survived the fire. The ground is charred, black, and sooty. But watch what happens. The lodgepole seeds open from the heat, and the seeds of other plants find a welcoming home in the dark, rich soil. Over many years, the slow-growing trees grow tall and strong again. And the cycle continues. Finally, we travel way up the mountains to the tree line. Our white bark pines stand twisted and gnarled in the high elevation forest. This time, it's a less severe fire. It moves slowly on the ground, burning the grasses and flowers, and then moves quickly up a tree, climbing higher and higher, and then falls to the ground again, creeping along the ground again. We have 4 trees here that have survived the fire. The seeds find a home in the ground and slowly grow again. And the cycle continues. And this is how forest and fire dance here in the Rocky Mountains. Take a bow. Good job. You can go back to your seat safely down the steps. Ladies and gentlemen, the finale of our program.
Our ancestors taught us it was important to waste nothing and take only what was needed. The people knew that we were put here to take care of what we'd been given: plants, animals, water, and the forests themselves. One of their most powerful tools for taking care of things was fire. Our ancestors understood how to use fire. They knew when to burn to increase food and medicinal plants. They knew which kind of fire would improve forage for game animals like deer and elk, bighorn sheep, buffalo, antelope, and bear. They burned meadows so their horses would have plenty of succulent grass. They used fire to hunt, and they used it in warfare. They reduced fuel around their camps and cleared trails with fire. The plant and animal communities we have inherited today, the very landscape we live on, is a legacy shaped by thousands of years of tribal use of fire. Forests and prairies dance in a big circle with a rhythm of growth, burn, and regrowth. When we try to stop all fire, to exclude it completely, we upset the balance, we break the circle, we disrupt the cycle of life. This land, and we must learn to live with fire. Fire speaks the land, and the land speaks fire. Protect the mooks. I have spoken.
Amanda, Allison, and Michael. You've been a great great audience. I also want to tell you that some of the feedback that we get from students and teachers is about the music. And we have the composer of Fire Speaks the Land here, Steve Cowling, is out there in the audience. If you like the music, give him a hand. Finally, we love to hear from teachers, and there is a teacher's evaluation that Monica can give to the teachers as you're leaving. And teachers, if you would give us some feedback after talking to the students too, we'd love to hear from the students. And we like to put your comments on our website and Facebook page. Thank you. We're the CoMotion Dance Project. Thank you very much.